Okay, back again. We got a 75-point game. Spanish Militia versus the English Buccaneers. Starting her off, I have an untested captain, Spanish captain, with a unit of 4 Milicianos, a unit of 8 Milicianos, and a unit of 5 Milicianos, and then a unit of 6 Marineros.
So over here on the English side today, we have a untested English captain. We have 6 Forlorn Hope that have been upgraded to veterans. And then we have 4 Sea Dogs here and a light cannon.
Okay, so here's deployment. We rolled breakthrough. The Spanish will be the attackers, the English the defenders. On my side, I have my Marineros there on the left. I have my 8 Milicianos with my captain, or with my untested commander beside them. Over towards the center of the board, I have the 5 Milicianos there. And on the far right flank, I have the 4 Milicianos here.
For me, I have the Forlorn Hope with my untested commander here on the rocks, and I have my Sea Dogs with the light cannon holding down the road over here.
Okay, so 4 breakthrough guys. The attackers are trying to break into the defender's deployment zone, so I need to get within 18 inches of his board edge to give him strike points, and I need to get within 4 inches of that by turn 3 to avert my own strike points, and then casualties as normal.
So here we are at turn 1, activation 1. I activated with the 3 of spades to his heart. I activated with my Forlorn Hope and my commander. They went and fired at the Milicianos over here. Got lucky, rolled a 10, killed the guy, and did a point of fatigue, so I was pretty pleased about that. And then they fast reloaded because they were veteran, and then used the commander's command point to move 4 inches over to here. And that was my activation.
Myself, I activated my commander's unit. Inexperienced, they had 1 action, so I moved up 4, and with his command point, I moved another 4 inches.
Turn 1, activation 2. I drew a heart to his diamond, so I went first. I activated my expert artillery crew over here. They fired on the Milicianos, killing 2 and doing 2 points of fatigue, shaking the unit and driving them prone. They used their second action to reload, and they used their free action to also reload. And that was me.
Myself, activated with the diamond, so the inexperienced gets 2. I moved 3 and then 4 inches. This Milicianos unit here. Okay, turn 1, activation 3 and 4. Wes has no other cards, so I activated my Marineros here with a heart trained, so they moved 8 inches forward. Then I activated this unit with a spade, so they were broken. All they could do was rally, and I reclaimed one of them.
So beginning of turn 2, I drew an event to my misfortune. However, I rolled a 5, which is weather change, wind change. Since we aren't doing a sea battle, the wind change don't matter. The weather change, I rolled a 5 again, which is no change. So it was a whole bunch of nothing. Great.
Okay, turn 2, activation 1. I drew a spade to Wes's lower spade. I drew a 3 of spade, and Wes drew a 2. I went first. My unit of 2 Milicianos here tried to rally, and they failed both of them.
My commander's unit went 8 inches using their 2 actions to go this way. They used a command point and fired on the Milicianos, killing another guy and breaking them, and then they used their fast reload on their Buccaneer guns.
Okay, turn 2, activation 2. I drew a diamond to Wes's club. Means I went first. I moved this unit of Milicianos up 8 inches, and then I fired on the Sea Dogs, killing 2 of them and doing no fatigue.
which was lucky for me, so I could reload twice on my club and then fire with my third action on the Milicianos, killing 2 with the light cannon and doing 1 point of fatigue.
Okay, turn 2, activation 3 and 4. Wes had no more cards, so I activated both of my units with clubs. First with the Marineros, and then just went up 8 inches, deciding not to take the fatigue. And this unit of Milicianos here, they moved up about 6 inches, just to be poised to strike. Turn 2, activation 3 and 4. Wes had no more cards left, so I activated both my units with clubs. First unit was here, the Marineros. I moved up 8 inches with their 2 activations, and then I pushed them, or moved beyond their 8-inch threshold, giving them a fatigue, but giving Wes a strike point. And the Milicianos over here, they just moved up about 6 inches. So currently the strike points are 1 apiece because Wes has killed 7 of my models.
So turn 3, activation 1, I drew the King of Spades, so I was going first. Just so you know, he played a heart. I used the commander's unit here. They moved over 4 inches. They reloaded, and then they fired on the Marineros. They got lucky again, rolled a 10, hit 1 guy and killed him, but didn't do any fatigue.
I then went, I activated with a heart, so I moved my Marineros 8 and then pushed them to try and charge the Sea Dogs. The Sea Dogs defensive fired, hit 1, killed a guy, and caused enough fatigue to break the unit. So they fell back 4 inches.
So turn 3, activation 2. I auto-activated him with a heart to a diamond. I used the Sea Dogs here. They expert artillery to reload 1 of the cannon shots, and then they used their 2 actions to reload their pistols. And then they hunkered down for the inevitability.
Myself, I activated with the diamond. I activated my commander's unit. In experience, they get 2 actions. I moved up 8, and then with his command point, I told these Marineros to rally, screwed it up the first time, and spent my last fortune point to ensure that they were removed to fatigue. Okay, turn 3, activation 3. I activated with the diamond. Wes had nothing, so I moved up this unit of Milicianos here 8 inches to contest the zone. Yes.
So turn 4, activation 1. I activated with a spade to his heart, allowing me to go first. I used my captain's unit. They moved over 4 inches. They fast reloaded. Then they fired on his captain's unit. They had a fairly spectacular display. My captain hit with his pistol on a 10. The other 6 shots, I rolled a 10 and 2 8s. The ball and shot came through with another hit, so I had 5 total. Ended up killing, I believe, 3 Milicianos and causing 2 fatigue, which caused the unit to get shaken and run.
Myself, I activated with a heart. I activated with the Marineros here. They moved up, weathered defensive fire, killing a guy, taking the fatigue. Then they charged in and only killed 1 guy and no fatigue. Turn 4, activation 2. I drew a diamond to Wes's club. So I went first. I went with my commander's unit. He rallied and he reloaded 1 of his reload markers. There's 2 actions.
I went with my Sea Dog. He fought with a -1 to his modifier because I used a club. He killed a guy, did a fatigue, and they broke, so they had to flee from combat with him.
Turn 4, activation 3. Wes had no more cards left. I activated with the diamond, and I just sprinted these Milicianos across this opening here, 12 inches, and hid behind these rocks.
So end of turn 4, and it is 4 strike points to 2 against the English. He's gotten a strike point on turn 2, 3, and 4 for being in my deployment. And he has killed 3 of my guys, so that is a strike point against. I've killed 14 of his, so that's 2 strike points for me. Feels like I should have some more, but you know, stiff upper lip. So for my resolve test, I rolled an 8, and we're gonna keep the fight going here, which is great. I needed that. Turn 5, activation 1, I used my captain's unit. I out-activated him with a spade to a diamond. I fast reloaded. I fired on his captain's unit, killing 2 guys. I fired on them again for a fatigue with their pistols. With no hits, I fired on them again with their pistols for a second fatigue with no hits. So effectively leaving them at 1 fatigue with 2 guys left.
Myself, I activated with my commander's unit that somehow survived. So with a diamond, I got 2 actions. I moved up and charged the Sea Dog with the 2 actions. Hit him once, killed him, and with his command point, I tried to rally the Marineros, and I failed. All of them. Okay, turn 5. Activation 2 and 3 for myself. So I activated the Marineros with a spade. They tried to rally. I rallied one of their fatigues. And the unit of Milicianos here, I activated with a diamond, and they pretty much just stayed put. And at that point, we decided that that's the end of the game. The strike points, as it stands, would be 5-2. And Wes really has no way of claiming 3 more strike points off of me. So we decided to end it there. Thank you for watching, guys.